be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.
What's the deal, my good people? Welcome back to the channel. Happy Friday. We done messed around and made it through the week. If this is your first time at the channel, I want to welcome you here. Pull up a seat. I hope you enjoy the content. And before we get into the food, I want to ask that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and also tap that bell while you're at it so you can be notified when brand new videos drop, when I schedule a premiere, or when I go live. All right, y'all. So let's get into this food. What I made today was some lobster tails, and I also made some rice. It's some brown rice with shiitake mushrooms in it. I was gonna say something else because I had something else planned actually, but it's brown rice with shiitake mushrooms in it. I got some lemons on the side. I just threw some bell peppers on top just for decoration. This was supposed to be like a pineapple boat situation. It fell apart, but the show got to go on, right? All right, y'all, so let's get into it. Also, I made some sauce. I made a sauce. I had the pineapple thing going on because I'm still like in vacation mode a little bit, so the Hawaiian theme shows up in my sauce as well. So what I did was I took a stick of butter, I added some Hawaiian marinade by Lowry, and also some agave, and I sauteed some garlic and some onions. So that's gonna be my sauce for the night for these lobster tails. Well, it is tonight. It's Thursday night, y'all. Make sure my sauce is there so y'all can see me dip. All right, cool. Let me dig in. So since my pineapple thing didn't work out, what I decided to do was make a little volcano. Can y'all see it? On my rice, can y'all tell? You probably can't really tell. Move these out the way over here so y'all can see. Alright. This sauce is good because it's kind of tangy and kind of sweet, which I like. That's good. Y'all, it was a short work week for me because Mom and I just got back from vacation. So I only have to work 2 days this week, y'all, and I'm so happy the weekend is here. I'll give y'all the first bite of lobster. Ooh, that drip, I love it. I wasn't sure how the sauce was going to turn out. I was just kind of winging it. Like I said, I had Hawaii on the brain, so that's why I made it using the Hawaiian marinade. It wasn't as sweet as I wanted it to be, the marinade, so that's why I added the agave. We will be resuming story time today. Part 4 of Our Love, Their War. If you are new to the channel, there is a playlist that you can click on to get caught up. Also happening today, I'm announcing the winner for the Pictionary giveaway. If you watch the San Diego vlog on Rhonda's Red Vlogs on my vlog channel, there's a picture in there from Pictionary that I asked you to try to guess. So if you guess correctly, I will be drawing from that stack of names, and whoever the winner is will be getting 50 bucks. So I'll send it to you on Cash App, PayPal, whatever, however you prefer to be, to receive it. I'm announcing that today at 8:30 Pacific Standard Time, so y'all look out for that. I'm gonna update all social media with the winner's name so I can make sure that I get that to you. And I'm gonna also drop the correct answer because y'all had them answers was all over the place, so I can't wait for y'all to see what it is. I missed my coldest water bottle when I was on vacation. I didn't bring it with me, but if you feel like you want one, go ahead and check out their website. All you got to do is enter sauce when you check out, and you will get free shipping. Since it is Friday, it is family night. Going live tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So y'all come through. We always have a good time on Friday. We'll be there for a while, you know. So even if you can't make it right at 7, just come through when you can. We'll probably still be there. All right? So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all. I might as well go ahead and get into story time so I can make sure I cover everything. I think that part 5 will probably be the finale. I guess it depends on what I cover today. But we left off where everything went down between JoJo and Kayla. They got caught together. They tried to deny things. You know, the truth came out that they were messing around. Kayla and I had a conversation a month after everything went down because I ended our friendship. And it was a bogus conversation. You know, just her wanting to run her mouth and whatever. So that's where I'm picking up from, you guys, all right? So I do want to mention during the conversation, I did ask Kayla, you know, about her and JoJo messing around. And she was like, yeah, we messed around. But of course made it seem like everything happened after Brandy and JoJo had broken up. I mean, I still don't make it right. You know what I'm saying? But all I kept on thinking about was those text messages. Y'all like, yeah, right. Something just don't seem right. Like, y'all feel like y'all was messing around while they were still together. You know, so I asked her if they did. And she was like, nah, it was over. And, you know, I would never do anything like that. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Whatever. So our circle of friends is falling apart at this point. Like I said, it was 5 or 6 of us that hung out pretty tight. I hadn't really told any of my friends. Like, they knew things had changed, but I hadn't gone into details about what happened. I wasn't even trying to make Kayla be a bad person. I was just still like kind of processing everything that happened. You know, taking it all in. So the person I was concerned about though was Jamie. Jamie wasn't really part of the circle of friends, but her and I were still close, you know. I felt like that Jamie knew about everything that was going on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? That like she was Kayla's go-to person. So I was kind of feeling like weird talking to her because I wanted her to be honest. I wondered how she viewed me. You know what I mean? So we had talked a month had gone by after everything went down, and Jamie and I had a very surface, awkward conversation. And then one morning I got to work early and I called her. And I brought the situation up, like, you know, so, you know, let's talk about the elephant in the room. And she was like, well, I didn't want to talk about it until you wanted to talk about it. You know, I want you to know I'm being very neutral in all of this. You know, I want to make sure I'm both of you guys as friends and that I'm respecting you guys. I'm supporting y'all, yada, yada, yada. So I felt a little bit better, but still just, something didn't feel right. So our next conversation, I could tell that she was happy I brought it up. Like, she was ready to talk about it. And, you know, she was asking me, like, you know, Rhonda, I don't see the big deal. Affairs happen all the time. And I'm thinking in my head, like, okay, you have chose up. You had to have chose up for you to say something like that. Like, you don't see where Kayla was wrong in all of this. And even if you guys are friends, you could still call your friend out for being wrong. You know what I'm saying? So she was just like, everything that she was saying was, you could tell that she knew everything that Kayla had shared with her, and that she had chose up and she was on Kayla's side. And I'm like, what happened to the whole being neutral thing? You know what I'm saying? And she was just like, well, it's not that, it's this, and da 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 da. It was like a song and dance. So I started to get really uncomfortable. And then what really made me really uncomfortable was that something went down where she really called my character out. And let me tell you guys what happened. So I'm having these conversations with Jamie, and I'm feeling uncomfortable at this point. I'm feeling uneasy. I feel like I'm not talking to my friend, somebody that's known me for 13 years. So, you know, I'm telling Keela about how I'm feeling. You know, I'm venting a lot to Keela. I mean, she was very, very supportive through all this madness. And we're also being very supportive to Brandy, you know, and I'm feeling guilty. I'm feeling like I really got to beat. I mean, I was going to beat her anyway, but I really feel guilty. Like, I shouldn't have brought this girl around. And I know what y'all thinking. You know, I know I'm not responsible for Kayla's behavior, but when you bring somebody around and they do something like that, it's hard to not overthink and think about what you could have done differently. So, you know, we're there for Brandy, you know, and Brandy is just really struggling because she just wants answers, you know, about what happened with her and JoJo. You know, why did she go to Kayla? Because, of course, everything came out, finally admitted that, yes, we're messing around, yada, yada, yada. But JoJo wasn't trying to communicate with Brandy like that. And, you know, she was just kind of like, stop contacting me. You know, JoJo had to come move some things out of the apartment. Like, finally moving her stuff out, the rest of her stuff out. And she just was not trying to communicate, not trying to give any answers at all. You know, like, because, you know, Brandy's like, when did all of this start? How long have you been into her? How did it start? Like, it's just not adding up for me. And I felt so bad for her, y'all. Like, I felt like I owed it to her to tell her what I knew. You know, even though my stomach was in knots, I felt horrible. You know what I'm saying? But my loyalty was no longer to Kayla. We were not friends, especially after the mess that she made. And I was done protecting her. You know what I mean? So I wanted my friend, which was Brandy, to have a peace of mind. You know what I'm saying? To get answers to her questions. So I remember one day I called her up. And I was like, hey, like, I have some information to share with you. And she was just like, you know, what is it? You know, what is it, Rhonda? Like, she was very anxious about what I had to say. And I was nervous. You know, Keela didn't know. Nobody knew. You know, I hadn't said anything to anybody. And, you know, we got on the phone. And I had called Keela. And I think that Keela was at Brandy's house. So I was like, Keela, you know, put me on speakerphone. I want to tell Brandy something. And so she was like, all right, you know, go ahead. So they both listened to me at the same time, and my heart is just like beating out of my chest because I feel horrible about to deliver this piece of information. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to help her get peace of mind and really understand that this thing probably has been going on for a while. So I'm like, you know, I just want to let you know that, you know, once JoJo and Kayla exchanged numbers, they started texting that following day. Now, mind you, we're in March. So they had started texting back in January, right? And unbeknownst to me, you know, I thought they had stopped. And so as far as I know, they had stopped, but I had to at least tell her about those initial text messages. And I'm like, I don't know when this all started. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I know when it all started. I just don't know what's happened. They haven't filled in the gaps, right? So I'm like, they started texting back in January, you know, and she's like, oh, how do you know? You know, what are you talking about, Rhonda? Where's all this coming from? And I'm like, to be honest with you, Kayla sent me text messages. She was like, what? You still had the messages where they at? I'm like, I don't have the messages. I deleted them right away. You know, and I told her the action that I took in terms of like pulling Kayla to the side and telling her like, hey, you got to knock this off. This ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? And it was just like dead silence on the phone. And I'm like, is she hurt? Is she mad at me? Like, what's going on? So she starts yelling at me and she's like, you know, Rhonda, you could have told me this sooner. Like, why would you not share this piece of information with me? You could have went to Keela. You could have told anybody. Like, this ain't cool. Just going off, right? And I'm trying to be very empathetic and understand where she's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously your world has come crashing down. This relationship that you thought with the one is now over, and or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I'm just listening. I'm listening to what she has to say. She's not being mean. She's just like yelling, and I can tell she's frustrated. And I'm, excuse me, and I just felt bad. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm just thinking, like, is there anything I could have done differently? Because at that point, like I said, I was protecting my best friend and her best interest, and just trying to keep this thing calm, keep it under wraps, make it go away. You know what I'm saying? Before it blew up and became what it was at that point, what it became. And I was already struggling with guilt, y'all. You know what I'm saying? For bringing Kayla around. So, of course, I feel even worse after Brandy tells me that, you know, what I could have done differently. And, you know, I could have helped her, you know, be aware that JoJo was being shady a while ago. And the girl probably been doing this and doing that behind her back. And all she needed to know was those text messages. And that could have changed everything. And I'm just like, damn, like, you know, in my mind, I really didn't do nothing wrong. Now, y'all let me know about this as well. Like, if this was your best friend is doing something completely inappropriate, do you think I'm out of line for not telling Brandy? Like, I didn't feel like I was out of line. I was really trying to protect my best friend. I feel like my loyalty was to my best friend at that point. And Brandy was just hurt. She was on the phone. On the phone, she was so hurt, you guys. And I had to get off the phone because I couldn't take her. I couldn't deal with what she was saying. It was overwhelming to be perceived as somebody that was being deceitful, or like I was betraying somebody. You know what I'm saying? That was a lot for me because I've never been in that position before. And I think me and Brandy didn't talk for a couple of days, and she called me and she was like, you know, Rhonda, I'm really sorry about the way that I talked to you and how I came at you. I was upset. And of course, you know, I'm like, I understand, no problem. She was just like, you know, I just wish I would have known this information sooner. I'm like, I feel you. Like, I wish I could have came to you and said something, but I can't just, that was my best friend. Like, she put me in a bad position. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, come on, like, she put me in a real bad place. So she came out very understanding. You know, obviously, Brandy went and talked to JoJo about whatever, confronted her about the text messages. JoJo tried to, you know, weasel her way out of it, say it didn't happen, blah, 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 blah. And of course, I don't have the text messages, so they're just trying to, it's like their word against mine. But like, why would I make that up? You know what I'm saying? So of course, JoJo tells Kayla. Kayla tells Jamie. And I'm circling back around to Jamie because now me and Jamie we have another conversation. We're just talking as friends or whatever. And we had this conversation about, I said something about having expectations from my friends. And she was like, you know, that really bothers me, Rhonda, that you say you have these expectations from your friends. I feel like I'll never be able to live up to them. And I'm like, don't we all have expectations? I know we're not supposed to because people disappoint us, but it's kind of hard to like not expect that your friends won't do certain things, you know? And so she felt some kind of way about that. And then she saw that as an opportunity to be like, you know what? And you telling Brandy about the text messages between JoJo and Brandy seems very vindictive. I'm like, vindictive? What? I've never been called vindictive before. So of course that made me feel some kind of way. And I'm like, wait. What happened to this whole neutral thing that you was talking about? And she was like, no, you know, I'm just, you know, I'm just weighing things out and just talking through everything. You know, that's all. Like, I'm not saying that you're a bad person. I'm like, but vindictive? Come on, like that's a pretty serious word. To me anyways. Like, I've just never been called that before, you guys. So I was offended. So I just started, I'm still feeling weird about our friendship. Like, I'm like, I feel like you on Kayla's bumper. You know what I'm saying? You made your mind up that she was not wrong in all of this. And of course she's told you what she wants you to know. You don't know everything. I just started feeling like I needed to make a decision about our friendship. You know, which sucked because, I mean, we were close. And to give you perspective, I would say next in line after Kayla in terms of being friends, it was Kayla. And then I would say there was a tie between, well, like a three-way tie between three of my other friends. And Jamie was one of those friends. So she was right there in terms of being somebody that I really trusted. And that I could really tell my business to. That I could go to for advice, be vulnerable. We were close. You know what I'm saying? And I really just felt some kind of way. Like, I feel like I had a slap in my face that for her to look at me differently the way that she was, you know, looking at me. So I'm dealing with that. Still venting to Keela. Like, we just, you know, we still trying to support Brandy. We're canceling our date nights. You know, we're not spending the quality time together like we should because we're trying to be available to her. And then one day Brandy calls me. Like I said, we back in a cool place again. She got over, you know, the information I shared with her. She was like, you know, Rhonda, I want to come to your house tonight. I want to talk to you. So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, come through. And I'm talking to Keela. Keela's like, you know, I asked her, I'm like, you know what she want to talk about? And she was like, no, I have no idea. I had no clue. Brandy comes over. And it's just like, you know, Rhonda, I've had to go to therapy because of the situation. And I'm just in a really bad place. And I have to be honest with you. You know, I feel betrayed by you. I feel betrayed by you. And you really could have handled this better. And I just started crying. Because I just didn't see how I could. I mean, and to this day, I still don't see how I could have done anything differently. You know what I'm saying? Like, me telling Keela, I was in a situation, and I didn't want to put her in a situation where she now has to tell her friends certain stuff. And again, I'm trying to protect my best friend. And so she's just telling me how she felt betrayed and what I could have done differently. And I still wasn't understanding how I could have did anything differently. But I was trying to understand her and hear her out. We got to a place of like trying a resolve of just like, you know, I heard her out. I was very hurt on the inside though. Phyllis was hurt because I'm like, I've never had anybody tell me that I just intentionally, or I flat out betrayed them before. Not that I'm perfect, you guys, but I just hurt, you know what I'm saying? It cut me deep because I'm like, damn, like what was I supposed to do? So now I'm dealing with Jamie sees me a certain kind of way. Brandy sees me a certain kind of way. I'm questioning who I am, my intentions. And I know damn well I'm a good person, you guys. Like, I can say that with confidence. I really can. Like, I'm a lot of things, but I'm definitely a good friend. And I don't know. It was just a lot, you know what I'm saying? So we talked about it. We felt like we were trying to get past it and everything. But it just took a toll on me, you know, to hear me be questioned like that, my character, by two different people. And I started drinking, not on like an alcoholic tip, but drinking more than I would usually. Just started buying stuff online, excessive shopping, started overeating. I really just started eating my feelings. You know, I gained like 30 pounds from the situation, and it was hard, you know what I'm saying? And I felt like that it was also putting me and Keela in the situation as well in terms of our relationship. You know, we had to sit down and have a conversation with each other because she was confiding in JoJo about certain things because they were friends, and that's how it goes. I was confiding in Kayla about certain things because we were friends, and we had to sit down and talk to each other about things that we may have told these two people in the event that they tried to, you know what I'm saying, like put our business out in the streets and try to blow up our relationship. So that was very uncomfortable. Me and Keela had to have some very uncomfortable conversations because of these two. Just because we weren't sure what they were capable of. You know what I'm saying? And it was a lot of bickering and back and forth, and it was just real messy with a lot of people involved, you guys. Like, I'm leaving a lot of things out. I'm excluding a lot of things that didn't pertain to me specifically, but affected me indirectly, if that makes sense. So it was a real messy situation, you know what I'm saying? And I eventually, you know, prayed about the situation with Jamie, and I just walked away, you guys. I remember I had wrote up an email to let her know that I was walking out of her life and letting our friendship go. I didn't even send it. I never sent the email. All I did was unfollow her on social media, and we didn't talk since. I never heard from her. She never reached out, and not that I wanted her to, you know what I'm saying, because I got exactly what I wanted, was to end that friendship. And it's just a lot of hurtful things that came out of this situation, you guys. But a lot of blessings as well on the other side of it, you know. And I'll get into that in the next part. You guys should definitely stick around because Kayla does make an appearance in this finale. This will likely be the finale in the next piece of it. But I'll let you guys know how she reappeared and resurfaced. But this situation just had my mind all over the place. My mind, my feelings, my relationship. You know what I'm saying? Me and Key, like I said, we weren't spending time together like we should have. And, you know, I'm constantly venting. It's like I was so consumed with this situation that all I talked about was this for months, you guys. Because it was just always something, you know. And I don't know. I don't know if any of you guys have ever had a big blow up with your circle of friends, or if you've been stabbed in the back or betrayed or anything. But it really has an effect on you. It does, you know, especially for people who are part of your everyday life and these things fall apart, you know, and you're trying to maintain who you are and all of this. But yeah, y'all let me know if I could have did anything differently. Do you feel like I was a bad friend? Did I make good decisions? Could I have done something better? I'm just curious. But everything happened the way that it was supposed to in the end, you guys. So this is part 4 of story time. I will meet you guys in the comments. For those that are coming to family night tonight, I will see you there. Look out for the winner for the Pictionary game that you know, we had going from the San Diego vlog. I will post that in a couple of hours. And that's all I got for you guys. I'll be back on Sunday. And until then, all I ask you to do is be good to yourself. Peace.
I be beaming, I be booming down that block. Everywhere you go, you know they know I'm hot.